Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. We have two blended Irish whiskeys. The first one is Bushmills Black Bush, introduced in 1980, aged 8 years in Oloroso Sherry casks. Got the nice embossed label, glass bottle, I mean. A high proportion of copper pot stilled single malt whiskey. 80% single malt, 20% grain whiskey. So it's reversed. Most blended whiskeys be 80-20, 80% grain, spirits, grain whiskey, and 20% single malt, or in the USA, it'd be straight bourbon usually. But this is flipped. It's 80% single malt whiskey and only 20% filler whiskey or grain whiskey. Okay. And it's $30 a bottle. So you're getting more, but you're going to pay more. Douhans is $19.96 at Walmart. Although, like I said in previous videos, I had it on closeout over here for $9, of course, after I bought it. So I paid $10 too much. Okay. $10.96 too much. All right, well, too bad for me. I didn't know they were going to close it out. Green bottle, protecting it from the light. Not as good as a brown bottle, but it does help. And produced in the Irish Republic. No website, no age statement, no blend ratio. Produced in Northern Ireland, the British-controlled section of Ireland. So British Northern Ireland, Irish Republic, but both Ireland, both the island of Ireland. All right. Okay, so you got Ireland divided into two parts. You got Korea divided into two parts. Dakota, Carolina, Virginia divided into two parts. California divided into three states: Baja California del Norte, Baja California del Sur. Bet you some people don't know there's a California and Mexico. Okay. Guyana, got French Guyana. British Guyana, well, it used to have British Guyana, but it's now just the Republic of Guyana. And then they had Dutch Guyana, which is Suriname, so Guyana. Sudan and South Sudan. American Samoa and Samoa. And so forth. All right. Got a little plastic cap topper, crown topper. In the Commonwealth countries, they call it a crown. Here we call it a cap. Unlike the other ones, which is a metal screw cap, this is cork. That's that particle board, press board cork, but still cork wood. It's not a solid piece of cork, but it's still cork, not plastic or rubberized stuff. So that is tight. Airtight compartment. Got it right for once. Now the Douhans is light straw gold, and is almost like a green hint to it, which you get with some of these Irish and Scotch whiskeys. This one is just gold. The Black Bush is just gold. Don't have to worry about the proof because they're both 80. Got to worry about the aging. 8 years for up. It says up to 8 years on their website. So I guess it could be less if you want to get technical. But they're saying age up to 8 years, which means any age longer than that. Douhans, it's probably just the minimum 3 years, like the original Bushmills. Let's look at the Bushmills one more time, the black. They have a new label on their website. They updated the label. It's not way different, significantly different, but it is different. It is different. Oh, yes. Ireland's oldest whiskey distillery, 1608. Well, there was a grant to distill whiskey in 1608 in that town, right? But Bushmills didn't really get started till 1784. Finest blended Irish whiskey, triple distilled, trademark. Hey, sherry casks. Doesn't give an age statement on here. County Antrim. Bushmills, County Antrim, Ireland, Northern Ireland. All right. But the website clearly states age up to 8 years. So I just called it 8 years. I guess I should have been more specific, up to 8 years. I think that being that the Bushmills Black is 80% single malt whiskey, that's going to be the clincher. You know, I'll be able to tell them apart. If I can't, I'll just go to show you. It may not be worth paying an extra $10.04. Is the Black Bush worth an extra $10.04? Now I'm saying it's $30. It might be $30.99. It might be more like $31. But you could probably shop around and find somebody got it on special. Could maybe find it for $28, something like that. You might. You know what? You just might. This smells like grain alcohol, corn whiskey. Man, if you get an American blended whiskey and you get an Irish blended whiskey, a lot of times they smell similar. They don't smell it different one to another. The same kind of aroma, like cereal grains with a little bread dough. But the American ones usually will have a more repellent flavor because a lot of them are just so cheap. Oh, so very cheap. So very cheap. So they're just using the most inexpensive corn products, and they'll have some exotic flavors like, whoa. It makes you wonder, are they using corn syrup for the 80% grain spirits? Like, you know what I'm saying? Are they just taking, not even yellow corn grits, are they just taking corn syrup, distilling it, and getting a bulk grain alcohol? I don't really know the science behind that, but whatever they're doing, I bet you it's the cheapest way to do it for some of these really cut rate American blends. You say, well, that's why they're $13.99 for a handle. It's a good point. I can get a Canadian blended whiskey for $10.96 a handle. Yep. And they had Skull vodka, Skull, at Walgreens, regular size bottle, 750 milliliters, in February for $3.49. If you had your little Walgreens, not Walgreens, they don't have good specials like that. CVS Pharmacy, sorry, CVS Pharmacy. I said, well, I'm not into vodka, so I'm not going to get it. I've reviewed enough vodkas for my life. But I said, for people like, I can't think of his name. He does the videos. He likes vodka, and he's in the Carolinas. He would love that price, $3.49. That's not even the cheapest. I got they had liters for $3.99 of Velikov vodka over there at Discount Depot. But like I say, I don't mess with vodka, so I'm not an anti-vodka. You understand? I'm just not interested in it. Some people make a whole video career out of it, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. If you made a YouTube channel just dedicated to vodka, you'll probably get more views than me. And you zoom past me and subscribers and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be a big time thing. Same thing with gin. You go to the stars, baby. You know, instead of being eclectic and jumping around to this and that style, I want to run to beer. Then I want to do a canned cocktail. Oh, let me do a seltzer. Oh, let me do a wine. Oh, let me do a spirit. Oh, let me do tequila. Oh, let me go do another beer. You say that helps the channel. I think it hurts it actually, because it lacks a focus. See, so then people they say, I don't want to watch that channel. He jumps around too much, and the subscription rate would be low, and the viewer rate would be impacted negatively. But anyway, I like to jump around, and so I'm gonna keep doing it. I'm just not gonna be stuck in that one area, you know. But that's me, you know. We understand. This one smells like more bread dough, and the bread dough you get with the malt whiskey, the barley malt whiskey. But see, I'm not too sure. It's a taste challenge, you know. It's not a smell challenge. Julie Gilpin says, "Good morning, Ron." Good morning to you, Jules. Thanks for watching this video production. All right, here we go. I got the Bushmills website linked. They have some wonderful products, and they get very expensive, up to $300-400 a bottle. And I am not joking. I checked that Total Wine. I said, ooh. I said, we'll wait on the $300 or $400 bottles, you see. Oh, man. That tastes like grain alcohol, distilled grain alcohol. Like some rough cut corn. Oh, woof. So you might be watching this saying, oh, yeah, so it tastes like cornflakes that got turned into liquor. Yeah, pretty much something like that. Do I love it? No. Do I hate it? I don't hate it. Is it a quality product? It is. It's just the nature of what it is. That's how these things be. That's how they be. Now when you get the single malt, there'll be more richer, like bread dough. Like I say, like bunny bread. If you ever, it's hard to describe bunny bread unless you've ever tasted it. I think you can pick up the sherry wine. Now, what kind of sherry are they using? They said Oloroso casks. 8 years aged. Bread dough, a little smoke. You say no, wrong. Irish whiskey doesn't have smoky qualities. Okay, so it doesn't have smoke. I thought I detected it, but I'm obviously wrong. You could almost say it has a little peatiness too, but I know it's not there. That's just a mind. It's a mind thing. It's a game. There is grain alcohol though. You can pick up the grain spirits. Yeah, not as harsh, but is the Black Mills, the Black Bush that much greater? Is it $11.04? Is it $10.04 better? Good question. See this one in my hand? It's more silky smooth. It's like a silkiness to it. Silky, smooth, relaxing. And there is a little, there's the grain. Now I'm confused. Now I'm confused. Hey, did I tell you that I was confused? I think this one in my right hand has more of that grain harshness now. See, sometimes you can't just run with one sip and be like, oh, let me go write an essay and do a 20-minute monologue because I took a sip. No, I think you have to take multiple sips and think on it. Some of these are not so divergent. Now, some are, like the Crown Royal Black. I mean, you take one sip, you say, well, there's the black. Because it's all that dark caramel molasses, blackstrap molasses type of thing. So, but these, I'm scared, y'all. I mean, I'm scared within a certain context, and I'm actually scared. All right, okay. I think this is the Black Bush based on the silky smoothness and less of a bite. And I was confused at first. So initially, you don't see the $10.04 difference. But then you start drinking it down, and then it say, oh, this one's a little harsh. You know what the Black Bush reminds me of? Cutty Sark in some ways, because it's got that bread dough and that silky smoothness. You say, you're wrong. Cutty Sark's from Scotland, and that's from Ireland. Yeah, I know that. I used to teach geography, so I'm pretty aware of what we're talking about. All right, here we go. This is the Bushmills, I hope. Ow. I should have gone with my initial thinking because it's the Douhans, man. Well, that basically blows up all my contentions here. Hubby grabbed fat-free half and half on accident. Ooh. I'm curious, so I looked at the ingredients. First one was corn syrup. Oh, yeah. Yikes. Any of that fat-free stuff, I avoided. Because it's like I was listening on radio and they had a health consultant, nutritionist. He was saying all that reduced fat, fat-free, sugar-free stuff is bad because they have to use chemical additives and things. And what you're getting is much worse than just the sugar or the fat. He said the real thing, you just eat you need to eat less. People need to eat less. They eat like hogs and they say, look, I'm fat. It's my metabolism. He said, no, it's your grossly insatiable appetite. You know what I'm saying? Your grossly enormous appetite. I see what people eat and they'll be like drinking a Diet Coke. And I'm like, why are you wasting your time with a Diet Coke? Because obviously with this volume that you're eating, a Diet Coke would be totally irrelevant to what's happening right here. And I want to tell them, you ever heard of water? Water's clear. It's all over the earth. Maybe you could drink that and not this enormous plate of food that could feed a family. But you can't, the old saying, the appetite grows with the eating. The more you eat, the hungrier you are. So the heaviest, because you can't say fat anymore. That's an insult. It triggers people. You can't say, look how enormously fat she is. That's a very bad term. See, and I'm a woke person. I've been awake to the realities of this world through many years, many decades. So I wouldn't say, look how enormously fat she is. She looks like a waddling colossi. I wouldn't say that. I would say something like, well, she's other sized, you see, other weighted. alternatively weighted, you see, which might be why she has extremely high blood pressure, heart disease, and raging rampant diabetes. But you say you're judging. I'm okay. I'm actually evaluating, but so I think that what Jules is saying is probably right. Beer hounds. Oh, I like that you recognize quality, yet you are frugal and purchase quality on a sale or clearance. Oh, thank you. Yes. People say you're cheap. Not too many people tell me that to my face, at least, because then they'll get their feelings hurt, But with the rebuttal. But yeah, I would say I'm careful. And anyway, why run out and pay $60 when I can? Do they care? Why run out and pay $60 when I can run out and pay $30 for the same product? You know what I'm saying? I mean, these sales are everywhere, all the time, especially at Walmart with their closeout prices. So, yeah, I'm gonna pay 30. I'm gonna pay 30 before I pay 60 if I'm getting the same product. And I think a lot of that comes from people they jealous. They're jealous. Like they live in a state that doesn't have sales, like on liquor. So it's like, well, you jealous, so you're gonna attack people. Okay, so thank you. Better to just have the real thing than all the artificial crap. Yes, right. I went back to butter. I used to eat margarine because that's what they were saying in the 1970s with all this socialist government propaganda. But now we know that it was totally wrong. You say, wait, the government could give me health advice that's wrong, that could actually hurt me. And we know now butter is okay. Lard is better. Coconut oil is better. So isn't it funny? All the natural things turn out to be healthier than these government synthetic alternatives. And then Beerhound says, how do Chickaroo? And Beerhound says, I eat tacos 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Man, that's impressive. Ronnie, what up, dog? Oh, I'm just doing a taste challenge, chilling, drinking the bud. Hiya, Bill, says Julie. Waddling colossi, laughing, crying, laughing, crying, laughing, crying, laughing, crying, laughing, crying. Trains, planes, and automobiles, laughing out loud. That's not cheap, that's smart. I know, that's the way I look at it. I bought a brand new truck in 2018, new, not used, not a program vehicle, not a demonstrator, a brand new Ram 1500. Now, if I was cheap, I wouldn't have done that. I'd be driving some old car falling apart because I don't want to spend the money. I know people like that. They'll wear a shirt, it'd be falling, got holes in it because they're like a miser. You ever heard that word, a miser? They will not spend money. They got money. I know a man, he's got more money than me, probably. And he lives like he's in poverty. You say, well, that's like a sickness. This being cheap is like a sickness. It is, because he could have a nice brand new car. He could have nice clothes. I'm not saying he's got to go crazy and spend all kind of money on clothes, but I don't care what he does because that's his business. He can live like he wants to live. But to me, he's like crazy, and he'll tell me, well, I sold this house for $600,000. I say, oh, you only made, but he didn't make as much as he wanted. I only cleared 300,000. I say, oh, now, so there's the evidence right there that I'm not cheap because I bought a brand new vehicle. I know people that would never buy a brand new vehicle ever because they want to pinch pennies at all times. They'd rather be at the repair shop getting this fixed, getting that fixed, getting this repaired, getting that replaced. And they're like, I'm doing way better than people with new cars. And I'm like, yeah, you just live at the repair shop. But, it's all good. All right. Well, heck, I got it wrong. Now, do I plan to keep the vehicle for a long time? Yeah, I would like to keep it at least 10 years, the Ram 1500 truck. If it comes down to it and I want to get a new car or a new truck, I'll just buy it. I'm just going to get it, and I'm not going to buy it on payment. You understand? I don't buy it on notes. I'll just pay the money. When I was at the Ram dealership, the guy was like, well, we need to look at the financing now. I said, what you mean the financing now? I said, I was going to write a check for the whole amount right now. If you give me that $500 deal. See, they were saying, well, you know, if you find, that's what happened. He said, if you finance with Chrysler Credit, you can get an extra $500 off. I said, I'm not financing with anything. I said, how about if I write the full amount right now, a check for the full amount, and you still give me that $500 deal? He said, I got to go see the manager. So he came back and said, if you write the check, we'll do that deal. I said, I thought you would. So that was it. Done. It was done. Then I got a rebate in the mail because they said, oh, we miscalculated the sales tax. So I ended up getting like $200 back. They sent me a check because they said they calculated the sales tax incorrectly. I said, well, that was a nice benefit. So I ended up getting that brand new truck for $19,500, about $19,500. And that was really kind of a bet because somebody on Facebook told me, you can't get a brand new truck anywhere in America for less than $20,000. I said, I'm gonna prove you wrong. I'm gonna prove you wrong. And then he disappeared. I didn't hear his mouth when I had the truck. But if he'd have proved me wrong, I would have said, well, you got me. You got me. I can't do it. You know, if I'm wrong, I'm going to say I'm wrong. You know, you got me. If I'm wrong. But I knew I wasn't wrong. And he might have come back with something like, well, I wouldn't buy no stripped down truck. I said, oh, well, first of all, you didn't ask me about a stripped down truck. You told me you could not buy a truck in America for less than 20, whether it was stripped down or not. You didn't say that. You said a truck new. Well, I bought a truck new for $19,500. And furthermore, it wasn't stripped down. It had the chrome package, which came with the sport wheels, the 5-spoke sport wheels, not wheel covers. Thank you. Not hubcaps like on the regular Rams and Fords and Chevrolets and GMCs. Secondly, it came with the power equipment group, which is power door locks, power windows, I guess tilt steering is standard, the cruise control, and so on. And the sticker price was like $31. Yeah, I got it. I got the sticker in the drawer, the window sticker. Always keep that. $31,000, and I got it for $19,500. Now that's a discount, huh? But you got to shop around. You got to take your time. You can't be in a rush. That's the best time to buy a new vehicle, when you don't need one. When you need one, you're gonna pay because you got to get it. When you don't need it, you can shop around, take your time. Okay, let's look at the comments and we out of here. Virgin olive oil rules. Boy, you got that right. I've been cooking with lard though, because I bought these 2 huge blocks of lard for 99 cents because they were out of date, like it's gonna go bad, you know. But from Morel, John Morel, snow-capped lard. All you got to do is take the thinnest little slice and put it in a pan, and the whole pan will be filled with oil. It's amazing how thin and like it expands, you know. And it gets hot, hot, hot. You could just put it on a little bit of heat because I have gas. You put it on a little bit of gas heat, and it'll cook the eggs and the ground meat and the sausage, whatever, fast. You can't put it on high. It'll just burn it to a crisp. You got to put low heat. And it's something like how that lard gets hot. It's like the lard increases the heat. And it makes it really hot. Cooks it all the way through, and it's amazing. Virgin olive oil. Yeah, I have a bottle of that on hold until I'm finished with the lard, you see. You got to watch that virgin olive oil, or it'll catch on fire, you know. But your body can't digest oleo. They use hydrogen gas to produce it. Right, I don't want to eat any oleo. I don't even like the way it sounds, oleo margarine. It sounds like a chemical refinery. I know a homeless dude that's a millionaire, says Beer Hounds. I don't know, but I've been told in the heat of the day, a man died of cold. Okay, let's get back. I lost the chat. I worked at A&W Root Beer at 15 years old. This lady always came in and ordered root beer floats with diet root beer. Oh, no. That's very bad. There's a fine line. Know what to spend when. Save money when possible. Then you have money to spend it on quality when needed. Right. It's a matter of thinking sensibly. But I know people make more money than me, quite a bit more money than me, and got no money. But every time they drink coffee, they're buying it, Starbucks or whatever. Buying everything on credit. Got to go to Disney World and stay at the most expensive hotel. Got to eat all the big meals. And of course, these people are not thin. They're not thin. You know what I'm saying? So I say, well, of course you have no money because you have a revenue. You don't have a revenue problem so much. You have an expenditure issue. They have an expenditure problem. They think they're the United States government, but they can't go seize other people's money. You see, U.S. government doesn't need to be frugal because they just take your money and waste it. You see. If you do that, that's called theft, you see. All right, get a Yugo, Ron. It's your style. Oh, yeah, right. I'm going to get a Yugo. I drive a grandma car that gives me very little repair problems, says Jeep and Foodie. I had a grandma car once. I had a Toyota Corolla CE, and that thing got 44 miles to the gallon on the highway, and it always got 28 if you were doing bad. And it always got 32, I'm sorry. 28, something was wrong with the car. It was always getting 32 miles to the gallon. It was a grandma car. My daughter didn't like it. She was embarrassed of it. She's like, why are you driving this old lady car? I said, because it never breaks. And it always gets great gas mileage. Buick is the best bang for the buck, says Beer Hounds. Buick is so popular in China. They love Buicks. Yeah, that covers the stupid interest. Just playing with you, homie. Oh, he says homie, not homie. Homie. Hey, homie. Stock. I'm fine to crack another Santa Monica head in the clouds, hazy, bro. Oh, I'm fitting a crack. Okay, well, don't drink too much. I drive a 2006 Buick LaCrosse with the reliable 3800 V6, 3.8 liter V6. Hey, well, as long as it's running fine. Come on, Ron. No way you're paying off a car unless it's under $1,000, says Nick Gers. What are you talking about? No way I'm paying off a car. I know I paid off a truck, a brand new truck, because it was $19,500 plus tax, and I paid it off in one day. I don't know what you're talking about. I bought my daughter 2 brand new cars, cash money, in 2014. No, I'm sorry, in 2010 and in 2015. I bought a Corolla with cash. I bought a Isuzu i290 with cash truck, and I bought a Dodge Avenger with cash. Those vehicles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So don't tell me what I can't buy. Now taking a bomb. Uh-oh. All right. Anyway, well, we better get off of that subject. All right. Anyway, so I'm driving a 21 Toyota Corolla LE. Oh, those are nice. I always miss Corolla. I missed the Corolla, really. I don't know. I like that Ram because it's got the rubber floors, and all I got to do is take a wet towel to clean it. I can't stand carpet in our vehicle. They can't stay clean. You can't keep them clean. All right. So Bushmills and Douhans, I'm very shocked. Isuzu, wow, nice. Yeah, Isuzu i290. But that truck was good, and I used to love driving with the stick shift. That thing shifted so you could never pop the clutch on that one. You'd never kill it. So now you let the clutch off too fast, it'll kill. Impossible with that truck. Man, that thing was smooth. Anyway, and it had a lot of power for a inline 4-cylinder. But I'm very shocked. That's why I'm talking about vehicles now. I'm trying to get people's attention off the fact that I miserably failed. So it was a miserable failure with the Black Bush. The Isuzu's run forever, period. Right. It's a famous company. So the Black Bush, I could not tell it apart from the Douhans, and I'm very troubled by that. So it's got me a bit shook up, And but that's the way it goes when you're doing a blind taste test. I see people doing open eye taste tests all the time, which doesn't prove much. But Grandpa he started doing a blind taste test, and I'm really impressed with that. So thanks, everybody. I'm talking about Howard. Start doing that.